Well, a very good evening and welcome to this edition of Breeding to Win. We've got an interesting lineup today. We not only have a couple of nice interviews, but we also have some fun from the pre-Met Golf Day arranged out at Atlantic Beach. But let's start firstly. Fee manages to chat to Greg Sheen. Now we get a jockey's perspective on what the travel ban did to them in terms of not being able to ride in other centres. And one of the jocks most affected was Greg Sheen, and he chats about it to Fiona.
As we all know, it's been a very, very difficult time for us all throughout COVID, and we are lucky to still be racing, but the restrictions have been quite tough, and on the jockeys as well. And with me is jockey Greg Sheen this morning to talk to us about the impact it's actually made on their livelihoods. Greg, it's been a very difficult time, hasn't it? The restrictions, thankfully, this week have been lifted for you, but prior to that, it was very difficult, and as to where you could ride and where you had to stay.
Yes, it was, Fee. As you say, we've heard this time and time again, we're all in this together since the beginning of COVID. And from a jockey's perspective, luckily it's affected the minority. But myself, I'm quite heavily impacted. As everybody knows, I'm very successful in Port Elizabeth. And when that was taken away from me and I had to make a decision where to ride, it's obviously very difficult. So, Alan is very fortunate that he's got Charlie and Teak and a number of other jockeys that can deputise in my absence, and it's benefited them in some way. But essentially, I'm working for, or was working for 50% of my capacity. So, it is difficult, and it has affected a number of other jockeys as well. But like I say, luckily the minority.
Very frustrating, and especially we had just had the big Met Day, and that was very, very frustrating for some jockeys that actually couldn't ride here.
100%. They were out-of-town jockeys. When I say out-of-town, those outside of the Western Cape that had to make a decision. A guy like Donovan Dillon, he's having a fantastic season, and he was on a big horse, and he had to make a decision. Financially, it makes sense for him to have stayed in Durban. The other jockeys, Gavin Larena, had to forfeit a whole month in Johannesburg. So, as I say, it does affect the minority, and then it benefits some of the other guys. But obviously with the races that were available in January, it was my decision to ride in the Western Cape. And then I changed my mind. For the month of February, I was going to the Eastern Cape again because of the way the program looked. Thankfully, as you say, the restriction has now been lifted. It got lifted yesterday, so I'm able to travel again.
And obviously with your association with the jockeys, you've helped them along and chatted to them through these difficult times.
That was probably the most disappointing part for us, is that a lot of us don't actually understand why the Jockey Club did this, because there was no consultation and no explanation. It was just press releases. And when we talk amongst ourselves, the trainers and the jockeys, we've all got varying opinions. So it was quite interesting, but luckily we're back to normal now, and I'm a stickler for rules. I accept their rules, whether I understand them or not, or whether I agree with them or not. I accepted the embargo that was placed upon us. As I say, the only disappointing part was that there was no consultation or communication. Yeah,
throughout this whole COVID thing, lots of things are up for debate. There seems to be one rule for one thing or one rule for one person and not for another team of people. So it is very, very frustrating. And now that you are able to travel, are you expected to do COVID testing?
They've recommended it. They haven't enforced it. If I understand the press release again, nothing's been disseminated to us, only what we saw in the press release, and it just says it's highly recommended. I'm not sure if those are the exact words, but to go and have a COVID test on a regular basis. So I'll do my best to go and find out where I can do this, and maybe try and go once a week if possible. Obviously, have to see if what the cost implications are on that, but I'll do my best to adhere to their request.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a costly thing doing the test as well, and obviously your income's taken a knock throughout this time where you haven't been able to travel, because this also happened last year when we first had the COVID lockdown. Yeah,
sure. When we were under hard lockdown and there was no racing at all, I know it was documented that jockeys took a massive knock there. There was zero income. At the moment when the restrictions in place with the travel ban and we were racing behind closed doors, as I say, I was earning at about 50%, and I was always taught that 50% of something is better than 100% of nothing. So, fortunate that we are still racing. As you said when you opened up, that we have done what we can to race at level 3 lockdown, and yeah, it's what we want to do, is race all over. We've just had the Met Day, and as you say, not everybody was there, and especially the owners.
It was a great Met Day, maybe not for you, but on the whole, a fantastic day. day, some very good top horses winning, and it was really well put together considering we couldn't get the public on the track.
Yeah, always, Fee. I think the right horses won. A lot of the favourites arrived, and I suppose that's good for betting public. And I think the visuals were probably very good. We don't get to see them when we're working all day. I had 12 rides on the day, 7 of them placed, but I just couldn't find the winner's box. So it wasn't all that bad. But it's very quiet. The atmosphere needs to be there. I think any sportsman appreciates the chias and the people, the public, and the crowds behind you. So yes, it is a little bit somber on the day, but I believe that the new broadcasting and everything that's taking place has really been good for racing. So I'm hoping that those that saw it might be attracted, that those that aren't generally at a race meeting might be swayed to come to the races now. But yeah, from a jockey's point of view, we want the crowds back. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen for a while. It's still very restricted, and only owners with runners who make application to come to the course will be allowed. But as I say, Met Day, with the best horses there, it's always fantastic being a part of.
You're wearing your sponsor's cap, Ridgemont Highlands. They obviously had a very good Met Day, and you're riding really well for them too. They've got some lovely horses.
Absolutely, it was so important. Run Fox Run, she's never been better. I think Brett mentioned, her prep was absolutely perfect, which, as you said, you need going into a Group 1. It's a filly that I ride most days that I'm out at Philippi, being Run Fox Run, and she's always been a Group 1 filly in my mind. At Scottsville, she was touched off narrowly. Last year in the Cape Flying, she wasn't at her best. I think she pulled up with a dirty track wash that day. She ran below par. And everything's just gone according to plan this year, and that was massive. Kelpie running third in the Group 1, also, for her pedigree, that's massive as well. I got touched off for third place last year, so she's gone one better. She's got that Grade 1 black type behind her. And yes, Ridgemont Highlands, it's that time of year. The babies are coming in next week, so it's going to be very exciting to see the new stock that arrives.
Yeah, exciting times ahead. Well, let's just hope the restrictions stay the way they are now, and that you can travel and that we can see you riding at your best again, because you do a great job in PE. You had a lot of winners there as well.
Just so fortunate to be riding for the Alan Creef stable. He's been champion numerous seasons. We've been champions together there, and it's a job that I really cherish. I'm well supported here by Ridgemont Highlands, and I respect and really appreciate and privileged to be in that position, to be riding for them, but also for Alan Creef, in the Eastern Cape. And as I say, Charlie and Teak have deputised well, and I'm glad that they get their opportunities. And but I'm really looking forward to being back.
And you've always had the best interests of the jockeys at heart as well, and obviously you've had lots of discussions with them, and you're helping them along the way as well, and trying to get everything in place so that everyone can travel and get back to normal.
Yes, from an association point of view, with MJ Baileyfeld, our chairman, who's unfortunately sidelined at the moment, he's still a big part of the association. Obviously, being chairman, he's been able to stay on top of things, and especially as I come back to the initial lockdown, where Kiara Kotson was so instrumental in raising funds for jockeys. That was fantastic, through the Coastal Jockeys Association, facilitating those payments to not only to the Coastal Jockeys Association members. I think the majority of those that were affected were actually outside in Johannesburg and the Highveld. But yeah, it's tough times, and we try to stick together as a body. We do a lot for the guys, and we like to just think that we're doing our bit to look after, especially some of the youngsters. But yeah, it's working well for us at the moment.
Well, thanks very much for chatting to us today, Greg, and we wish you the best of luck for the rest of the season in Cape Town and Port Elizabeth and Durban. Hopefully you get there as well, but yeah, onwards and upwards, and best of luck.
Thank you so much, Fee.
Thank you. Great to have Greg Sheen on the show. Obviously it's been a tough time, as I said, for everyone, and the jockeys have had their brunt of it as well, but hopefully now with the restrictions lifted, they can get back on the aeroplanes, they can travel, and they can pick up some nice rides, and we look forward to seeing them in action in the saddle.
Our GFox Groom of the Month goes to Toby Beleni. He's one of the grooms out at Eric Sands' yard, and he looks after Rainbow Bridge and some other really good individuals. He's been with Eric for some time, and Fee chats to him and then also catches up with Helen Richardson after Rainbow Bridge's emphatic win in the Met.
Toby Beleni is our Groom of the Month for January. He works for Eric Sands. He's actually not a groom, he's the head man of the feed room. And in Eric's words, when this guy retires, Eric thinks he should be retiring as well. Toby does such a fabulous job. He's fed many champions in the yard, not only trained by Eric, but the out-of-town ones such as Via Africa, National Currency, Smart Call, Legal Eagle, London News. So he really has fed some champions, and he knows what it takes to look after these top horses. Toby, congratulations. We've got a prize for you from GFox for winning our Groom of the Month for January.
Yes.
Now you do a top job in the feed room.
Yes.
And all these horses are individuals, so you have to think about each one's different food.
Yes.
Now that takes a bit of doing, and you've also got to watch how much they're eating, you've got to check how much they've left, and monitor them all as individuals.
So back early morning, give it a snake. Before it goes out, when it comes the sunrise, I feed normal feed. 2 o'clock, the last time, I feed snake again. Afternoon, I give normal food. Yes.
It's a lot to do in a day, and you've done a great job. And what's it been like? You've been feeding all these champions, and for Rainbow Bridge to have now won 2 Mets and been second, that must give you great pride.
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy.
It's a fantastic result.
Yes,
now, you've been with Eric for 25 years.
I started in 1996.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time.
And your family working in the yard as well?
My cousin worked in the yard.
Yeah, that's great. And your dad, he used to work for Sid Laird and then Alec Laird?
My dad is working Eric Laird.
So it's all kept in the family.
Yes.
But you're doing a great job, and Eric speaks very, very highly of you. As I said, when you retire, he says he must retire because you do such a great job for him. It's a real task feeding all these champions, and you do a great job. And Helen was telling me that also if a horse doesn't eat and is off its food and may need its temperature taken and all of those things, you're responsible for that. So it's a big job. So
it's a big job.
Congratulations. Enjoy your winning hamper from GFox, and many, many congratulations, Toby.
Thank you very much.
Lovely to be here at Eric Sands' yard this morning. Of course, they won the Met on Saturday, and Toby's been responsible for feeding many, many champions from this yard. And it was decided not only by Eric, but by all the grooms in the yard that Toby was very, very worthy of this winning groom's prize. So congratulations to Toby, and once again, thank you very, very much to GFox for giving such a generous prize for the winning groom for January. We witnessed an absolutely fabulous Met Day last Saturday, and one of the best winners on the day, obviously the Met winner, was Rainbow Bridge. What a phenomenal record he has now. He's won the Met twice and been second last year. A great record, and he absolutely won emphatically on Saturday. Very nice for Eric. He's gone away now for a week because there was a lot of hard work went in prior to this race. But Helen Richardson, assistant trainer, is going to chat to me this morning. Helen, you must be still coming down from the clouds. What a fantastic win.
He has. He certainly deserved the win. He never runs he doesn't know how to run a bad race. And yeah, we're still trying to come down to earth. And with it being racing behind closed doors was such a strange scenario to be in. But we're just very grateful we could actually still race these big race meetings.
And what a record this horse now holds with the Met. I mean, he's won it twice. He was second last year, only beaten a whisker. It's just fantastic to keep doing that and doing it so well.
It is, yeah, and he's in the history books. There's only 2 other horses that have won the race more than once. and to also have been placed in it on his other run and not beaten far, and yeah, he's got an amazing record.
And not only that, I mean, he's done so well in so many other races and the Durban season last year. And as you said, he doesn't know how to run a bad race. He's been a fantastic horse to have. I'm sure Mike and Norma Rattray are absolutely delighted as well.
Yes. Congratulations to them. And obviously they couldn't be there, but I'm sure they were shouting loudly at home. And then all being well, looking forward to the Durban season with both of the horses, Rainbow Bridge and Golden Ducat.
Yeah, because of course Golden Ducat didn't run a bad race either, finishing in the Met, and yeah, exciting times ahead. And what a phenomenal day for Luke Ferraris as well. He's only 19 and he has his first Met ride, and it's a winning one.
I know, unbelievable. And just, you know, looking back on it now, what an amazing ride. It was so cool, and relaxed Rainbow at the back, and you know, didn't get flustered and got the job done. So absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I must say I had to watch the race again because most of the big guns were quite far back in this race. So it was a fantastic run to see Rainbow Bridge coming up on the outside. He was like a steam train.
Yeah, both Rainbow Bridge and Belgorian, they went out of camera shot, and then Richard pressed the button on Belgorian and off he went, and I thought that was it, finished, race over. And then here came Rainbow Bridge flying down the outside and turned it on like we know he can do.
Well, despite there being no crowds, and as you said, it was quite surreal, but I mean, what a fantastic thing for the yard on the whole. I mean, you must be absolutely thrilled. You've been with Eric for many years, and the staff must have just been over the moon.
Yeah, everyone knows we're not a big yard, and just for the team effort all around, from the grooms, physio, farrier, vets, everybody that puts into these horses, it's a fantastic result.
Well, quite rightly so. Eric's having a few days off, but so are Rainbow Bridge and Golden Ducat, because they went out on Monday, I think, and they're out at the farm for a bit.
Yes, so we're going to go out early in the week, and it just happened that the float was coming Monday, so they were straight out to the farm, and Julia sent us pictures and videos, and they look like they've settled in right away there, so to enjoy their holiday. Well deserved.
And what's amazing with Rainbow Bridge is he's always been known to get a little bit worked up on race day. It obviously helped him a little bit without the crowds, but he still puts every bit of effort into the race. It's quite amazing to see.
It is. A lot of horses, if they got themselves in that kind of state, sweating up and whatever, you think they've used all the energy before the race, but somehow when it's race time, he still puts it in. So yeah, he's an absolutely incredible horse. And
Virgil Bestruft and Maurice Fontaine, they must also be over the moon, because this mare has just been absolutely phenomenal.
She has, halfway to heaven. As you know, she was trained by Eric and then a little bit by Mike de Kock. And yeah, every foal that has raced so far has won her a race. And the three boys so far, Rainbow Bridge, Golden Ducat and Hawam, have all won feature races. So yeah, she deserves to be the champion broodmare.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks for chatting to us this morning, and looking forward to the Durban season now with both Rainbow Bridge and Golden Ducat.
That's it, fingers crossed.
Thanks very much, Helen.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all here at Eric Sands Racing. What a phenomenal win it was for Rainbow Bridge at the weekend. And as I said, we really look forward to the Durban season ahead and hope to see him in the winner's box many more times.
Well, as promised, on Friday before Cape Met Day, some of the local trainers as well as some of the visiting trainers took time to go out to Atlantic Beach for a round of competitive golf. Great turnout, including Mike de Kock as well as Gareth Van Zyl, Brett Crawford and a couple of jocks too. And let's catch up with Fiona, who took time to drive around with them and have a couple of chats.
We're here at Atlantic Beach Golf Course. It's the day before the Met, and it's lovely to see everyone having a little bit of fun and letting off a little bit of steam before the big day. And with me is Vian Smith from Kuda Insurance. Vian, fantastic, isn't it, to be here, to see some of the trainers out, some of the jockeys, just having a little bit of fun before the big day?
Yeah, for sure. You know, it's such a strange January that it really doesn't feel like Met Week. And today, you know, seeing all the guys and seeing some of the trainers and all the camaraderie and competitive spirit around the golf course definitely reminds you that it is Met Week. So it's fun to get together for sure.
Big day for the trainers tomorrow, but it's good to see Brett Crawford out hitting a few balls this morning. Brett, how's it going? It's nice to get out, isn't it, before a big day's racing?
Yes, definitely is, Fee. Golf's not so good, but that's probably a good sign. Hopefully the horse will run well tomorrow.
You've got lots of nice runners, and as I said, nice relief to be out here today. Obviously not many people on course tomorrow, but it's going to be a good day, isn't it?
Yeah, it's got a very different feeling to it this year, the Met, so it's going to be a little bit different tomorrow. But anyway, you know, we've done the best we can, and hopefully all the owners will be watching, and yeah, I think it's in for some really good racing tomorrow.
Ridgemont Highlands and the Kieswetter family have some lovely runners on Met Day tomorrow, and it's good to see them out playing golf today as well. Craig, you must be really excited about your runners tomorrow.
Yeah, we are. It's always great to have runners on the big days in the black type races, and tomorrow's going to be exciting. I think it's, you know, chatting with the guys on the course at the moment, it's one of the better Met cards or Met Day cards that we've all seen in a while. It's just a pity that due to circumstances no one can be there, but everyone will be rooting at home, which is very exciting.
With some good rides on tomorrow's card. It's great to see Greg Sheen out playing golf. Greg, your home course, and we know you're a good golfer. Are you enjoying it so far?
Yeah, absolutely. We're 2 holes in and it's all square, so 16 to go.
And what a way to spend the day. You've got a big day tomorrow. It just takes your mind off things a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, golf is my getaway and thoroughly enjoy it. You know, obviously tomorrow is hugely exciting and we'll get ourselves amped up for that when the time is right. But today we're just going to enjoy these conditions that we have.
The first 4 ball to tee off this morning are a very, very good bunch of tennis players, but looking at them, they're not bad golfers either, and Jason's with me to tell me more. You're a good bunch of tennis players normally, but I see you obviously hit a golf ball quite a few times because that was a very good shot there.
Well, I hope it's not in the sand, but yeah, the first 3 holes weren't so good, so I'm hoping it gets better from here.
It's a great event because we're all looking forward to tomorrow's Met. I'm sure you'll be watching on TV somewhere as well, but a fun day out for some of the trainers and jockeys.
Absolutely, you know, just to get a bit of time off horses and that and just get your mind on something different. It's exciting and fun, yeah.
it's lovely to see everyone today enjoying themselves and just getting a nice day ahead of the big day. And I saw you tee off at the first, so very impressed, I must say.
I get enough practice when I'm playing, but yeah, it is good. I enjoy this kind of thing, you know, day before the big race days, everyone get together. I think that's what it's about. I mean, it's all serious on race day, but it's also nice to have a bit of crack.
Yeah, good to take your mind off things. Now, this is always known as quite a tricky golf course. You've played it a few times though, but it can be quite awkward. You can end up losing quite a few balls here.
Can do, already lost one. Us Barleys, it's not easy sometimes with the wind, although we call this a wind, you say it's a breeze. But yeah, it's an enjoyable track.
It's a nice way to relax the day before playing a bit of golf.
Yeah, I often play golf before race days, and yeah, it is a nice way to relax and just take your mind off everything and wake up in the morning and know that you go to war.
Great to have Gareth in Cape Town before the big race day, and he's playing some super golf. Gareth, you just had an eagle.
Yeah, I feel it was a little bit lucky, fortunate. We got a lucky bounce, but yeah, struck it well, and it's great to be here. Thanks, Fee.
Good day so far. How's the whole game going on the whole?
Oh, beautiful. I mean, Cape Town showing off in all its glory here. Wonderful to be out with some, you know, racing folk, and yeah, just happy to be here. Thank you.
Great to have Paul Barrett on the golf course. He's a regular on the golf course and a regular at the race course. And Paul, you're a great player, and your four ball's going well so far.
It is, thanks, Fee. It's great to be out here. We can't go racing. This is about the best we're going to do and watch it at home. Just roll on and let's get back to the race courses and back to something. I don't know if you can see this, if you can zoom in. That's the last time we had a goodie, and hopefully this will be the same. Just unfortunate our friends from Durban and Joburg can't come, because we usually have a great time, but we'll make the most of it. And thanks to you guys, and keep up the good work.
It's great to have the Atlantic Beach Club captain with me now, Nigel Pile, and he's playing in Grant Knowles' four ball along with Paul Barrett and Gareth Van Sale, and they seem to be doing very well so far. You've obviously got a bit of experience of this golf course, and you're going very well so far.
So far so good. I've got a good partner with Grant. He had a great start and then he hit the brick wall, but he's coming back nicely. Yeah, so I've been at the course 17 years, enjoying it. As men's captain the last 2 years. I've just been re-elected, so great place to be. We're driving the lifestyle effect. We're getting all the homeowners to utilize the club and the kids to use the facilities, and not only the golfers.
What a fabulous day we've had here at Atlantic Beach Golf Course. The camaraderie out on the course has been fantastic. The competition really hotted up, and it's been lovely to see owners, jockeys, trainers just having an enjoyable day before tomorrow's Met. And they certainly do look to have had a lot of fun and a lot of hot competition.
We're very excited about the launch of our new product, the Kuda Mortality Booster product. You know, like most good ideas, it's come from a place of personal experience, and I had the unfortunate experience last year of losing a horse that we bought in a partnership at one of the earlier yearling sales. And you know, when you hear the bad news of something terrible happening to your horse, there's obviously a variety of emotions. There's sadness for the horse, and then at some point you start thinking about the financial consequences as well. And my first feeling was, well, thank goodness I decided to insure the horse. But then fairly soon after that, I realized that while that was indemnifying me for the financial loss in terms of that original purchase price and the original costs associated with buying that horse, it was still a significant financial loss to me, and that the subsequent training fees and veterinary fees and spelling fees, etc., weren't covered, and that that I would never get the benefit of seeing my horse run, and at the same time I'm suffering a significant financial loss. And that really is where the idea was born, and we asked, can we develop a product that covers you for your initial purchase price, but then also indemnifies you for costs post that original purchase date. And that is exactly what this product does. So this product insures your horse for the purchase price and any associated costs, and then your sum insured effectively increases as you spend more money on the horse, as you pay for training fees, as you pay for spelling fees, as you pay for veterinary fees, subject to an overall maximum of 12,500 Rand a month. So in the unfortunate event of your horse dying, say 6 months after purchase, we will indemnify you for that original purchase price as well as costs run up in that 6-month period. In terms of pricing, we, as with all our Kuda products, it's priced extremely competitively, and I think it offers wonderful value for money. I'll certainly be ticking that box for my own purchases at future sales. And please feel free to contact either Joe or myself with any questions you may have about the product, and we'd love to tell you more.
That's a wrap for this evening's show, and obviously looking forward to a couple of sales inserts coming up on the next couple of shows for Breeding to Win. Not too long to the Cape Premier yearling sale held out at De Krendel now on Sunday the 14th of March. We hope you can join us there, and a reminder that the next couple of Breeding to Win shows will be bringing you highlights from some of the vendor drafts coming up for the Cape Premier yearling sale. Those show dates, well, our first show date for the sale will be the 21st of February, then the 28th of February, and then we'll move over into March for the 7th of March Sunday, and those 3 shows dedicated to the Cape Premier yearling sale. We look forward to some big racing coming up in Johannesburg as well, the first leg of the Triple Crown this weekend as well. We look forward to seeing maybe another champion emerge. Good night.
Silver.